You remember that We Believe team? You remember that? Oh, I see your face, your body language change. They found a way to play Dirk. You got physical and you crowded him. Now, Dirk is a bad man, and I hate to have to do this because you're going to make it seem like I'm slandering a former teammate, a guy that I love. But when you talk about Dirk Nowitzki and Dwyane Wade, you're looking at a playmaker versus essentially a scorer. Dwyane Wade did any and everything on the court, whether it was scoring, getting assists, playing on the rim, running in transition, and not to mention, this is a self-made, hard-working guy who had instant success. There's not too many stars. There's not too many players in the league that once they got help, they had someone join their team, a la Shaquille O'Neal, he went out and got a championship. So you have to credit Dwyane Wade for his body of work, his work ethic. And I mean, seriously, like, it's not close. I don't even know how you're going to do this.
I mean, can you suss through that, Will, and find any valid points? Like, I'm trying hard. There was nothing in there of use.
Work ethic, which is an odd one for you to try against Dirk. Work ethic.
How about defense? How about defense?
That's the first one. You got one there, defense. The rest of that was just nonsense. Like, Dirk is a exceptional player and a unique player. I think Dwyane is fantastic, but what Dirk does to a defense is you can't just talk about the championship because, like you mentioned, he had Shaq come down there. Dirk didn't have that. And throwing out there Dirk is soft is nonsense. Dirk is the one who changed the perception of European players as being soft. Dirk is not soft. You can't bully Dirk, and he developed the inside game.
Dirk is not soft, but he don't play no defense, and I know that.
Let me get in. Let me see if I can try. You said it's going to be a hard task, but I think I might be up to it. Let me just lay this out first of all. Both these guys had, as you pointed out, Charlie, amazing careers, and I think they both also illustrated something that's increasingly rare in sports that I, for one, appreciate at some of the highest levels of fandom, and that is loyalty and dedication to a market, as much as a franchise, to a market, to a city of people. What Dwyane Wade means to Miami, and I know for a matter of fact what Dirk Nowitzki means to Dallas, is increasingly unique and special and heartfelt. Dallas is a football town. Dallas is a Dallas Cowboys town. But I'm here to tell you in my lifetime, so that has to accept Roger Staubach because he's before my lifetime, but in my lifetime, there is no more revered athlete in the city of Dallas than Dirk Nowitzki, and that includes Irvin, Emmitt Smith, Troy Aikman, who we love. This guy's dedication, sacrifice on the court, in his pockets, in his bank account, in his legacy, because he could have gone on and won more championships and been at other franchises, was all given to the city of Dallas in a relationship that I think we just don't fully appreciate the way we once did. As for Dirk versus Dwyane Wade, let me say, Dominique's right. First of all, he's more unique than Dwyane Wade. It's just harder to find a guy who is 7 foot that can shoot like that than it is a shooting guard. Dirk shouldered a load that, quite honestly, Dwyane Wade never did. He had Shaq, then he had LeBron. I'm not taking away from what Dwyane Wade and Bennett Salvador
did. What results, though? With what results?
Well, how about
what results?
How about
one championship?
One championship.
Against Dwyane Wade and LeBron James.
Yeah.
In their first year. That was the time to beat them in their first year, and they did it.
Against the NBA's first manufactured super team.
In their first year.
I mean, the Celtics were manufactured also. They were manufactured super team.
How many holes were in that team?
But it's not the first. But anyway, they were the best team.
By the way, what is it?
Perfect timing. Congratulations.
How many league MVPs does Dwyane Wade have?
None.
Okay, well, I got that going for me, which is nice.
Well, what happened in the playoffs that year?
Dirk has a league MVP.
Wait, hold on. What happened in the playoffs in the first round?
He had a first-round exit in the playoffs, just like Dwyane Wade did between 2006 until LeBron James arrived.
In his MVP year?
Yes, he did. He had a first-round exit. Dirk, how about this? Dirk is revolutionary. So let's set aside whether or not he is unique. He literally changed the game. There are only so few revolutionary players in league history. Steph, everybody's been chasing a Steph, and young kids all around America are trying to become the next Steph. Dirk, every team since him has been trying to draft a big man who can shoot and stretch the floor like Dirk. He has literally changed not just the perception of European players, not just the perception of players being soft, not just what you think of him individually. He changed the league.
Hey, well, that's cute, but
do
that's
I kiss
not
my
the
fingers
question.
now?
That's cute. That's cute, but that's not the question.
It is exactly the question.
No, we're talking about impact. We're not talking about change. We're not about different.
That's an impact.
We're not talking about giving him, the growth of Luka and those guys watching him and European players going, now I love basketball. I want to go and play. We're talking about impact. We're talking about a playmaker, not just a shooting guard, a playmaker in Dwyane Wade who had the basketball in his hands, who made play after play after play to have a successful basketball career. And you cannot say the same, and especially not on both ends of the floors, about Dirk Nowitzki. And as far as a shooter, you had to craft the perfect team around him to essentially accentuate Dirk's deficiency.
That's true of LeBron James. Like, well, that's not an insult.
What was the perfect team? Jason Terry and Sean Marion. That was like gift from the God. Those are great players, but that's the perfect team.
Perfect timing. Perfect timing. You had to have people to help him do what he couldn't do.
The argument that I give a little bit of credence to is that Dwyane Wade is a playmaker, and that's exceptional. That's something that Dirk is not thought of as a playmaker. However, when you look at the list
of the greatest, as a playmaker,
I can't even finish my point. You cut me off so that you can say nothing again.
Now I want to ask, wouldn't that play into impact? Because the question is impact.
The question wasn't impact. The question was which would you rather have? And I would rather have Dirk. But yes, that plays an impact. I think that's a legitimate.
That's a preference,
I think it's a legitimate argument that him being a playmaker matters. But if you look at the list, top 10 or top 20 players of all time, their majority of them are scorers, not playmakers. We think about LeBron or we think about Michael Jordan as the best player of all time. No one thinks of Michael Jordan as like a playmaker. So the idea that somehow the fact that he's a playmaker makes him better, no. Dirk is exceptional because he changed the way that we play basketball.
Speaking of impact, you talked about Dirk's meaning to the Dallas market. Will we ever see another player like Dirk who is so loyal to one franchise and one market?
Will we ever see another player? Yeah, I think it's possible that we will see other guys like Dirk. And by the way, we should mention Kobe as well, although Kobe flirted with going to Chicago one year. We should mention Kobe as well as 20 years with one franchise. Yeah, Charlie, I do think we'll see that again. The payoff, the reason that we should talk about what Dirk did and Dwyane Wade.
Steph's going to be that guy. He's the next guy.
Yeah,
Steph's never going to leave Golden State.
But the point is this, it's unique. That's the thing. It doesn't mean it's never going to happen, but the reason we celebrate it is because so few do. I understand there are other values in life for people. Dirk could have gone on and made more money in other places. He could have accumulated more rings in other places. But that's what makes what he did so special, the sacrifice and uniqueness of it.
I agree with you that it's special, but where I draw the line, and I'm not sure that you're making this leap, but lots of people make the leap that it's the right thing to do. I don't think it's the right thing to do.